course we play a same-sex couple, and so, and there isn't a lot of representation that way on television. But it didn't occur to me beforehand, no. I mean, it's been incredible for both Anna and I to experience that. So.
When did you guys both, in that situation and in general, realize like the impact the show was having on the genre and the following it was gathering?
I think after season 1, we sort of, I think in our first, we were just talking about this today, the first sort of
convention. The first panel we ever really did, like after season 1.
We walked out and saw a sea of people like this and were blown away. Like, we just couldn't believe that this amount of people wanted to come out and listen in. They do! Yeah, I know. Yes, let's go over here.
This was a gift from Marge, sitting right over there, and she gave it to me yesterday, and I have to wear it today. Perfect.
And one of my questions was, I love the episode where Dyson and Lauren be drunk together. I think it was a great bonding episode, and I like the fact that they finally kind of find common ground and kind of stop fighting each other because they're both really protected very much. I do agree with what the other person said. I think the both cares about both characters very much, and I would like to see them kind of become friends and find one. And now, without giving too much away, as far as the end of the season has happened, how do you think Dyson and Lauren are going to, like, are they going to stand behind Bo, like behind the decisions that she made, and are they going to still be, I guess, playing for Team Bo, and still try and be with her as far as in a romantic relationship, despite the decisions that she's made?
I think yes to both of those. I think that there's never going to be a time where one of us lets up and goes.
Yeah, she's just alright, you take it.
Yeah, like I think we're always going to privately, sometimes it'll be private, sometimes it'll be public, but fight for her in that way. And in terms of standing behind her decisions, I mean, Bo has a mind of her own, so you can only but support her because she's going to do what she's going to do.
That's very true, as we've both learned.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I also want to say, regarding stunt performers, they risk themselves life and limb all the time for us. I didn't mean to take anything away from what they do. They're amazing. It's just sometimes they don't feel good, but they're awesome. So thank you to all you stunt performers out there.
Yes. All right.
I first want to thank you guys for being here and for the show. It is uniquely inspirational for me. And then I just want to ask you guys, how much improvisation occurs in filming that actually gets on the final cut, or how much freedom do you have to make lines up when things happen?
3.5%. 4%.
Okay, there's not a ton of improv. It depends on the scene. Like that drum scene, for example, there was a little bit of play in that came out of it. But for the most part, we stick to the script pretty closely.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is we're a small independent production, so we don't have a lot of network approval that we have to sit through as far as like script changes. So we often talk to the writer right on set and say, hey, can we like finesse this?
They're amazing. They're so open to that conversation.
And so we kind of, it's a mix of improv, or like when you're building the scene the night before, you come up with certain ideas and present them as we're rehearsing the scene, and they just get worked in. So it's a really, it's a nice collaborative feel on Rock Star, which is great.
Thank you. You guys are great.
Cheers.
So are you. Thank you. Yes.
Again, thank you for being here. And really quickly, Zoe, the Canadian String Award stage was really beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much.
I wanted to ask you about the listener. Can you give us any hints as to what's going to happen in the next season? Or are you going to be on the show for a bit more?
I'm wondering about the same as I always am, a little bit here and there. I think the end of, what was it, season 4, when Michelle announced she's pregnant. So, yeah, a lot of my scenes are sitting there with the baby. Tell her that.
Are you ready on the list?
No. I'm pretty British right now.
Totally good.
Cheers.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi, my name's Carrie, and my question is for Chris. When I was at the WizardCon and William Shatner was there and he talked about his love for horses and helping people with eyes, I thought that was really real and beautiful. So my question for you is, when it's on your downtime and you're just being you, what brings you joy? What are you passionate about? Besides
Me.
I write poetry to Zoe Palmer. There's books and books of it that she hasn't read. She just uses them for firelogs now. Volume 417, Chris is loving me. I have a 6-year-old son, and he fills my time. Anytime that I have off, him and I are, we're doing something. We're building Lego, going to the science center, swimming. In the winter, learning to ski. So right now, he's my focus, and until he says, "Fuck off, Dad,"
That was such a beautiful moment.
And then he turns like. So yeah, right now that's pretty much it. It'll happen. I have no doubt.
I have a girl too, so.
You have at least like 8 years before that happens.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think so. Zoe, any hobbies or passions, collections?
I have a lot of animals. Well, I have 3. I guess that's not really a lot. So yeah, and I go for walks with them in the park quite a bit. I love to write. I love hanging out with my friends, coffees and dinners and all that sort of thing. Yeah.
You can follow her cat, like I say, on that Cloverball.
Yeah, and my cat has a Twitter account.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And she's pretty much a hooker. Yeah.
Thank you.
Who says hooker anymore, by the way? Yes.
Can you guys let me know, was it strange playing love interest in Sex After Kids? Because it was weird to watch.
Right.
Good question.
No, not
No,
really.
in the books of poetry, it was just funny I got to act out my internal love for Zoe Palmer.
We have such a different relationship in real life than you guys see on the show, like Lauren and Dyson's relationship and Zoe and Chris's relationship are night and day, so it was just a new, not night and day. But it wasn't the stretch that it might have looked like. We stretched a lot. There was a lot of stretching and a lot of stretching. A little pelvis. The worst answer.
Accent was excellent.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Here's a question from Twitter. @SilkSite says, for both of you guys, is there anything new you'd like to see your characters do in season 5?
I would love to see Lauren sort of as she is amongst humans a little bit. Like, I'd love to see her when she's not working, which she kind of is 90% of the time. She's so obsessed with science and obsessed with all of that. But I would love to see, what she is when she's not that.
Interesting.
I guess for Dyson, I find the backstory is interesting for him because he's so old and there's so many different eras that we could explore. I would love to see, some more flashbacks, like 206, where we went back and it was, 1300 or so, or 1100. That was fun, but what about the Renaissance area? Was I wearing tights? Maybe. Or the boring, the 20s, or the 30s, like an bowler hat or something. When Trick and Dyson first came to North America, there's so many fun little things we could explore, and I hope we get to see something more of that.
Yes, we would like to see more of that. I would like to see you wear tights.
You just watch the videos.
Okay. Yeah.
Or come right out to the...
Or come here.
I have a spandex 20-minute video and...
So we would get a second.
You gotta jump in.
Thank you for being here, of course, and my question is kind of tied into 3 other questions that you asked already. For Chris, I know you're into horses, and you're hoping to do more horse work on the show?
Yeah, I would love to. I was just fortunate. I was in Malta in November filming a period piece about the Apostle Paul, and I got to ride horses again. I think that was the first time since the Tudors. And it's always great when you can, when you bring horses into any sort of a film environment, it adds a lot of energy and dynamics to the scene. And I don't get a chance to ride very much in my personal life anymore, so I just do it professionally, and it's always a joy. So I have a feeling though that the wolf thing and horses don't really go together. Because horses don't usually like wolves too much because we eat them. But hey, maybe that'll be the scene. I'm sure it'll be. Where's Trigger? Oh, you guys stopped already. Perfect.
Thank you. What can you tell us about the Apostle Paul film, the project?
It was a Canadian co-pro with Malta. I believe it's coming out for Easter. It was very fast, but it was a great cast. Actually, Emmanuel Boyer was on it, as well as Kyle Schmidt, who played Rainer. Rainer.
Flash the Wanderer.
The Wanderer. As well as John Rhys Davies. Yeah, it was fun, you know, and playing period pieces are great. Malta's an amazing little country. I absolutely recommend it if you're ever in sort of middle Europe there, and if you make a little blast down. It's about the size of Seattle, but it has 7,000 years of history represented, everything from Neolithic all the way to the Romans. So it's incredible little island.
Wow, and how long did you film that for?
It was a month. It was really fast and dirty, and shockingly good for the low budget that we had. I mean, usually when you're dealing with crowds and history like that, you have a lot more money, but it was a testament, yeah, bless you, testament to the director and crew of what we got done with so little money.
Nice.
Zoe, I hope you've seen the last of the Karen Beatty wig.
Oh my God. Seriously.
Just a comment on behalf of the LGBT community. I want to thank you for your courage for recently coming out and making a lot of people.
What's your favorite movie?
Princess Bride.
Think you might like it.
What's your favorite movie? From someone on the Tudors, or some, a traditional human character.
It was actually really great. It was, I kind of pulled back on a lot of the, the things you learn when you're training as an actor, because oftentimes we don't have to use all the tools. And it was a lot of animal physical work. It was, a lot of mirror work, going into a yoga room and just like seeing how different, how I could express an animal but still like make it work cinematically. And, and just the imagery of wolves and things like that. And it's a great journey and a gift to be able to play something that's outside of the norm. Technically, you don't want to think about the technical stuff.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a lot of this. It's like, ah! No, that looks stupid. No, until I found something, I was like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. And then, of course, people outside the yoga room went, are you done? Idiot. But what's interesting is there's a lot of, it takes a lot of energy to play these superhuman characters, and it was like, I come out of these rooms, I'm exhausted, I'm like, we should make a superhuman workout. Look in the mirror, try to look like a superhero. Eventually you will. It'll take a little while.
Absolutely. Well, and also when when you change your center of gravity and when you change your physical, your physical body, it is so intensive, and it's draining mentally and physically, I would imagine.
And it changes your posture too, which is interesting. Like, we all hold ourselves a certain way. It was a whole musculature that needed to be learned. And it was funny because Senya, when she played me for that one episode, she would hold herself the way I do, and she's like, God, that really messes up your back. It's like, yeah, where do you get this, yo? Don't do it for too long.
Turned into Jesse from Breaking Bad,
Really? Great, so maybe I can do it. Not like Fast and the Furious bad knockoff.
Totally.
Sorry, Aaron, you're awesome.
All right, let's go over here.
This is a question for both of you. There are quite a few scenes where Bo is sucking the animated chi out of your characters' bodies. What is it like to film those scenes? Are you just having open mouths?
Yes.
I like it.